So we're back with another episode of the podcast.
Weekend edition.
Yes, it's the weekend edition. So, yeah, stuff is happening and stuff is always happening. So, yeah, we're gonna go right to AEW and we're gonna start with Tony Khan.
Okay.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on. So Tony Khan had interviews. He interviewed like three people. He had an interview with Denise Delcedo, and like she was basically asking him questions about like just like stuff, and he was like he kind of just like he kind of came across as like a better, normal, calmer version of Tony Khan than the one that we usually get, especially the one on Twitter. Like he was really just like normal. I'm not gonna say normal, but he was normal for a person like him. It was
Okay.
normaler than, and it was like really cool. She even asked him about the WWE going to Netflix deal. He was like, yeah, that's a great deal. That's a great deal for the industry, and like it also gives us an opportunity to explore some other options. And it was like, okay, well, that's cool. He actually gave WWE a big ups. And one of the interviews, somebody asked him about big business, and he said, yeah, it's going to be a big show. And like he kind of like didn't go straight into like, yes, he's confirming that Mercedes is there, but he just like, yeah, he was like, yeah, you could kind of tell because then like I think Denise followed up with like the women's division. She was like, yeah, you're doing two women's matches now, and like, could that be a sign? He was like, well, you never know, like kind of tongue in cheek, hinting at yes, it's her, but like it was really interesting because like how do I say this? It was interesting the way that he was talking, and it's like you get to understand why Tony Khan is the way he is and does some of the things that he does, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it now, and it was just interesting. Like he said a couple of tidbits, and that was cool. So yeah, so
Cool.
also Andrew Zarian on the Madman podcast was asked about will AEW be running more stadium shows, and he tongue in cheekly said, maybe. So, is it going to be more stadium shows for AEW? How do you feel about that?
Well, that's good for them. Like as long as like nothing like backstage happened, it's good for them because their show like were like good. Not the greatest thing in the world, like everybody wants to tout out, but they were good, enjoyable.
Yes. So, this was kind of hinted at. Well, we said it last week on the podcast, and we said it earlier this week that Andrew had already hinted at Forbidden Door being more of a CMLL and New Japan crossover.
Right.
And that's also what they hinted at on commentary on both nights of Rampage and Collision. They, like when the CMLL stars were out there, they were hinting at, hey, wouldn't it be crazy if we had like a CMLL Forbidden Door? Because like everybody is walking back and forth, and then you add the wrestlers from New Japan, that'll be crazy. I was like, yeah, no, that's kind of what I've already said because Andrew had reported that weeks ago. But okay, cool. Like it
You've
wasn't a
been
shock
said
because
that.
yeah, like some of my friends was like, wow, that could be cool, and it's like, do y'all not just like pay attention? Because like it's not like I'm just saying like, oh, do you not pay attention because you're just like if you're on the internet and you're like on Twitter, like there's like a probably high percent chance that you have ran into different wrestling websites that have reported stuff, and when you see these things and you hear them and you go, oh my God, like I didn't know that was coming. It's like, you just like the tweet that was just like right under the exact post. Like, how did you not see that? Like, it literally was spelled out. Like, somebody actually spelled it out for you. And you're like, yeah, well, you know, I didn't see it. Like, this is kind of cool. It's like, okay, cool. Like, that always weirds me out. It's like, you're right there. Like, you follow the same people I follow. Like, come on. Like, how are you not seeing this? It's like right there on Twitter. It's always weirds me out. So, yeah. So then we get to
Yeah,
Rampage, and Rampage starts with the Undisputed Kingdom versus the Best Friends. And this match was too long for me. And
same.
I'm gonna say why, because like I felt like the Undisputed Kingdom should have just went in there and just dominated the Best Friends. Like, nothing against Rocky, but like Rocky is like the odd man out because Rocky doesn't work for AEW. So they should have just like destroyed Rocky and threw Trent and Orange around and just like destroyed Rocky in just like 2 minutes and then just like beat up Orange Cassidy after the match. Like, that would have been so much better than like having an actual competitive match, because like we know where this is going, but it would have been fun to just like assert dominance of the Undisputed Kingdom, because like we don't have that. It's like they have matches and it's like, eh, you know, it's a thing.
Like it went on too long, especially the fact that it's Roderick versus Orange. Like
Mm-hmm.
fucking Roderick needs to be like more of a threat. If they destroyed them in that match, like Roderick would seem more of a threat in Rampage.
Exactly. And
That's
then
what they needed.
like after the match, they beat up Rocky, but it's like, yeah, you could have did that in the beginning, just destroyed him and just like threw everybody out and just like we could have showed everybody how devastating the Undisputed Kingdom is. But it's like, no, we're gonna have a competitive match. It's just like I feel
Yeah,
like the Undisputed Kingdom is being wasted because I feel like they could do so much more, and it's just like they don't do it. I don't know why. I know people are like, well,
too,
that's what wrestling is. It's like, yeah, but also wrestling is people just like dominating and showing their power until somebody stops them. And there's nobody to stop you if you're just competitive. It's just like, oh,
yeah.
this person beats you, but it's competitive. It's not like this person was a super threat. It's like, ah, but yeah.
And they could have easily done that with Rocky Romero, like you said. Like, wasn't he the one that took the foul to begin with? Like, it didn't matter.
Yeah, it's like it just would have been way more fun. People would have been like, "Damn, the Undisputed Era are just like badasses," instead of just going,
Yeah.
"Wow, it just was a great match." And it's like, yeah, but like, how do you feel about Undisputed Era? I mean, they're all right, and it's like that's not what you're supposed to come out of here with. Like, not they're all right. You're supposed to be like, "Well, goddamn, those fucking Undisputed Era, like they're some bastards. They're some heels," and it's like, eh, like they're all right. It's like that's not what you really want from them.
Totally agree with you. Cause I like Rocky, but I like his like outside the ring antics. And it shouldn't be that way. It should be like he should be a monster. So
Yeah, it's
like he
just
should kind of scare Orange.
yeah, but they don't do that. So
Nah.
then we had Nicholas and Matthew, and they wrestled two guys. I don't know who the hell they were. They didn't really say who they were, and they just beat them down. And then after that, they kind of got in their little EVP bags and like told people to kind of respect them, and then told them to shut up. And then they wanted cheers. Like, so somebody likened them to a quote unquote Mr. McMahon version of themselves. And I just was like, oh, that's kind of, that's not good.
Nope, not at all. Like you said it, my eyes open wide as shit. Like, what the hell? Why?
I don't know. It's like that's the one thing that kind of bothers me sometimes. It's like every time someone like completely shits on something like from the past and was like, oh, we're trying to move away from that and we're trying to be different. they immediately grab onto that thing and like, we're gonna do something similar and we're gonna make it ours, and you're gonna not believe that it was that thing that it was before this. And it's like, you're just doing the same thing. It's like a rehash. It's like, it's not even you're trying to like change it. It's like you're doing it, and it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
it bothers me because it's like that's what you didn't want to do, and that's exactly what you're doing. And it just bothers me that people just go. The funny part is, I've only seen like the super, super, super hardcores fall in love with the Nicholas and Matthew thing. And then I saw like everybody else, even the casual AEW fans, go, this isn't really for me. Like, it's not for me. And it's weird because like I feel that way, but like I do have a genuine dislike for the Bucks, and I'm not gonna hide that. And it's just like, it also just like heightens that. It's like, this is worse than before. It's like, it's just not. Yeah, it's just not for me.
Nah, I agree with you. They changed their aesthetic, their music. They even changed their move to the EVP trigger now. So they're like really leaning into the EVP shit. Eh, I could care less.
Like, it just does nothing for me because it doesn't feel any type of way. It's like, I don't care. And I know some people are like,
Yeah,
well, I care. Like I said, the hardcores, they care, but like even an average AEW watcher does not care. Because I follow every version of like AEW fan, WWE fan, New Japan, TNA fans. Like, I follow every version of them, and people literally are just like not falling in love with this. They're like, it's a thing, whatever. Yeah, that was a thing. So then we had
yeah,
Mystico versus Evan Bourne. And this was a good match.
yeah.
It it actually fucked me up for a minute because it was like, every time Evan Bourne is in a ring, he cuts his hair every time he wrestles. Like, I swear to God, he's never had the same haircut every time he wrestles. So like, if you look down and look up and you're like, who the fuck is he in a ring with? And then you have to look for a second, you're like, wait, oh shit, that's Evan Bourne. Like, it's
Not only that, but the
so,
facial hair too.
yeah, it's so weird because it's like, it's literally last week he wrestled and he looked completely different. He has the same tights, but he just looked completely different with hair and face. And you're like, is that the same guy?
Because remember, he had a brother at one point working here, so
Yeah.
Mike Seidel. They could
So
easily
then
switch
we
them out.
so then we get to the main event, which is the Outcast, or what's left of Outcast versus Willow and Chris Statlander. And finally, after like 10 weeks of this little turn or like tease, we finally get the finish of Ruby Soho just saying "fuck you, Soraya" and leaving her because Soraya like hit Ruby by accident. So Ruby was like, "Nah, fuck this, I'm done." And it led to the finish where Soraya got pinned by Willow, and Ruby knocked the shit out of what is her name? I was gonna call her Chelsea, but that's not her damn name. What is her name?
I forget her name, but I call her Psycho because like she got that crazy thing going.
Yeah, like whatever her name is, the singing chick. Like, she knocked the hell out of her, and then Willow and Chris Statlander hugged Stokely halfway. So he's now both of their manager. So I was like, okay, that's different. I didn't see that coming.
Right?
And then we get Sky Blue. She comes out and she waves at Willow and Chris Statlander, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing here? Like, what's up?" And then all of a sudden, the lights go out, and there goes Julia Hart. So they're going after them as a tag team. Like, I'm not being demeaning or nothing, but like, they're going after them as a tag team. But like, part of me is like, well, are they going to introduce the tag team championships or something? Like,
Same thing. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, because what's the point of Julia going after them when she's the champion? I hate that
I,
like that whole fucking like thing in general. But especially in this, where like she's in a tag team now, all of a sudden, in a place that has no tag team titles for them. So what's the point? Make it make sense, since people been saying that shit lately.
There's no reason for this, and plus, if you pay attention to the show, fucking Serena Deeb has said she wanted the title. Serena Deeb has like kind of made it known, like, yo, I want the TBS title. And then like there's no follow up to it. It's just there and it's just laying there, and it's like, no, we're gonna put her in a tag team with Sky Blue and we're gonna make tag team matches. And it's like, why?
Hmm.
Like it's nothing like out of all four of them women, I love all four of them women. Like I love watching them wrestle.
Yeah.
It's just like I have no idea where they're going with this story, and it's like unless they're going to make women's tag team championships, I don't I don't get it. Like that's been a rumor where people were like, "Hey, they're going to make the women's tag team championships." It's like I kind of don't want it, but like if this is the only way to do it for some women, I'm like, all right, well then, yeah, but like you don't really need to. Like what you really need is to just do more women's matches like Tony's trying to do because of Mercedes, but just do more women's matches.
Yeah.
So that was Rampage. And then we go to Collision. It starts off with Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli versus I don't even know who the hell they were fighting. They were fighting two people from CMLL. Like I don't even know who the hell they were fighting. Star, I think it was like Star Junior or
Star
somebody.
Junior was one. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other guy was like, I've never seen him before, like not even in MLW. I was like, what the fuck? Like he had a fucking I can't even say his name. It was like S Frinzgay. Is it S Frinzgay? Or something like that. But
I'm just gonna
it
call him
did
Star One and Star Two.
yeah, it didn't even matter because Moxley beat him. Moxley and Claudio beat him, and I was kind of confused. Like I'm not even gonna lie, I was kind of confused because I thought that the CMLL guys were going to get some wins because they have been losing and losing and losing. And then, like, once they lost, like, when Moxie cut the promo after, I'm like, okay, this makes sense why they lost, but also you just keep beating them, and it's like, it doesn't feel special. Like, I want them to win against, like, Moxley and them, but it just doesn't feel special.
Have it be like an invasion thing where they had to defend their territory. Like right now, they ain't defending shit. They defended it.
Yeah, and the funny part is like when Moxley cut the promo, he was talking about he's going down to CMLL and he's going to beat the shit out of somebody, and he's waiting for a competition, and all of a sudden here comes FTR. Now, here's the funny part: I don't know if this was like if this was straight up a work. I commend everybody involved. If this was what I think it is, that's really fucking wild. Because FTR gets in Moxley and Claudio's face, and they're right there. And like they're supposed to be jaw jacking, and then they do the little punch and back and forth. So Dax punched Moxley, and it's like, oh, okay. And then Cash punched Claudio, and they're going at it. So they're going at it, and then all of a sudden, it just gets really wild and close with Claudio and Cash. Like they're fucking like they're throwing hands like they're actually fighting. And then when people are trying to break them off, they're still throwing hands. And Cash gets thrown down, and Dax just loses his fucking mind, and he goes after Claudio. And security is taking him out, and like Dax security and like one of the extras, and he just tried to go back at Claudio. I'm like, did did they actually really just start throwing hands, or like was this just them playing up a bit? Because either way, I'm into it, but like it felt like somebody actually did throw hands, and they were just like ready to get that shit the fuck in.
Like, what would be the point of them like getting mad at each other like that? Like, they seemed cool with each other in real life.
No, but like that's the thing. If you're doing this like little angle and somebody throws a stiff shot at you, like even unintentionally and intentionally, like he throws a stiff shot at them, then the other one's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna give you a receipt. And no matter how you feel, maybe you feel like you didn't throw the first punch. Like you're like, wait, hold up, you hit me hard. Like I'm gonna hit you back, and then it just starts going back and forth, and that's what happened. I mean, that's what it looked like
Okay.
happened. But like I said, I don't know. It could be just them just working as usual, but it's like it felt like it was a fight. I was already invested, and then with this little kind of a scuffle, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm more invested.
Yeah.
So then we got Shane Taylor, who apparently since last year has been signed to AEW, which is like it's kind of weird because you could kind of tell he signed to AEW, but AEW didn't go, oh, Shane Taylor is all elite. And that's weird. It's like, why not give like even if you didn't want to put him on all elite all the time, he's on Ring of Honor. You should have been like, oh, Shane Taylor is Ring of Honor. Like that would have made so much sense because like I felt like that was so disrespectful. He's been signed since last year, and we just found out through Fightful, it was like, yo, Shane Taylor's been signed since 2013. I mean, 2023. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, it's 2024. Like, why didn't nobody say that? We're like, no. We're not going to say anything. It's like, that's disrespectful. It's like, I don't care who you are. Like, if you're signed to the company, like, let it be known. Like, because some of these people we actually want to fucking see signed to the company, and Shane Taylor is one of them. And it's like, nah, he signed, but we didn't want to tell you. It's like the fuck, like doesn't make any sense. Like I feel so slighted
What's
for Shane.
what's the point of keeping that a secret?
I don't know. Like it bothers me. I mean, I guess it's more for me because like I'm a Shane Taylor fan, and before all this, you could go back on way back on the podcast. I was telling Tony Khan to sign Shane Taylor, and like it
Hmm.
just never happened. It just was like Shane Taylor was just there, and like there was no signing of him, and it's just like oh, they just keep bringing him in. I just would rather them just fucking sign him. But now he's signed, and it's like, oh yeah, he's been signed. So we're not even gonna put a graphic or tell you he signed, but like, yeah, fuck it. Like, god damn it. But anyway, Daniel Garcia beat Shane Taylor with a leg lock. And once again, if you watch on the outside, Lee Moriarty got mad at Shane Taylor for losing. That's coming to a breakup. I don't know when,
Exactly.
I don't know where. It's going to probably be on Ring of Honor because they don't do storylines with them on the main. So it'll probably be on Ring of Honor. So yeah.
They don't really like talk about his squad either. Like his squad is him and like both of them together. Like they have a full squad, but she ain't Taylor Productions. They really didn't like reference that phrase at all.
The funny part is like they actually came up with him on an entrance, and it looks like he has Eli Isom with him again, who was originally part of the original Shane Taylor promotion. And it's like
Okay.
they didn't even acknowledge that that was a thing. They just like, oh, here comes Shane Taylor, and it's like there's four people here, and you're just gonna acknowledge Shane Taylor. Yeah, no, Shane Taylor's here. Are you not going to acknowledge the whole Shane Taylor promotion? They literally are holding a banner, Shane Taylor Promotions. It's like, nope, just Shane Taylor. And Lee Moriarty. Yeah, we're going to acknowledge him. It's like, all right, dude. All right.
So the other two are not canon within AEW, I guess.
Yeah, I guess not. I think this is just a only Ring of Honor thing, and it's really stupid, but okay.
Yeah.
So Daniel Garcia gets the win, and that sets up something later on, but it's just, but we've been saying that though, like what was going to happen. So then, once again, me being Freddie foreshadowing, Eddie Kingston calls out Brian Danielson and says, listen, I want to wrestle you at Revolution because I beat you already and I'm going to beat you again. And this time I got a little stipulation that if I win, you shake my hand because I know you don't respect me, but I beat you already, and I'm gonna make you respect me. And soon as Eddie said that, I'm like, oh, he's losing the title. He's losing the fucking title because Brian's not shaking your fucking hand. Like,
He ain't shaking his hand for shit.
like, soon as he said that, I'm like, oh, damn, Eddie's losing the title. That's crazy. Because I kind of thought Eddie was going to lose the title if he fought Brian. But soon as he said, if I win, you're going to shake my hand, I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. Like, you're not going to win. Like, you're going to lose, and that's it.
Actually, not
So
only is he gonna lose, he's gonna get wrecked.
I I hope so because like I feel like that's what this needs because like he beat Brian in the Continental Classic and that was like his big win. That was his big win. So it's like, all right, Brian gets his win back finally, but Brian has been caught on a bum and talking shit about him since he fucking won. So it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, it makes sense for Brian to just like dominate him and just like get him over with. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a thing. So then we had the Outrunners face Brian Cage by himself, and Brian Cage beat the shit out of the Outrunners. And then after the match, they attacked the mascot, and then Hook showed up. Now, here's the thing, right?
Hmm.
Hook came out, and I feel like I had a fever dream of like a month ago, Hook attacking Brian Cage for something, but I wasn't sure. Like, I feel like that happened. He attacked him and hit him with a chair. Or, like, did I dream that? Like, was that real?
No, that happened. It happened during a match. I want to say it was the Hangman match. It was the what you call it, the Strickland match.
Okay, because like I totally forgot that it happened, but like I'm like that's a fever dream. Like
Yeah,
okay,
the one against RVD. It was no DQ.
okay, all right. So yeah, so we're going to Brian Cage versus Hook. So, all right.
Yeah, yeah,
So then we had the Undisputed Kingdom backstage with Ishii, and it was so funny because they brought up old shit. And like a lot of people, I swear to God, like a lot of people that watch this have no idea any of the shit that they were talking about. Because Undisputed Kingdom goes, dude, we were in chaos. We never got a phone call or a letter when we got injured. Nobody cared about us. And a lot of people was like, what the fuck? Like they were in chaos? Like, yeah, like the funny part is like a lot of people tweet the gif of like Maria shaking her ass in New Japan and Carl Anderson like looking at her like all in love. That was an
yeah,
actual thing. Like that was an actual thing in New Japan when it was the Good Brothers versus the Kingdom. Like the Kingdom were the IWGP Tag Team Champions for a while. That was a whole thing, and they were part of Chaos. Like that was a whole thing, and people, like a lot of people, either weren't there or like they don't know at all. And it's just like, it's like what the fuck, like because I seen a lot of people going like, "What the fuck? Like that happened? That happened?" I'm like, yeah. And then one thing that brought my memory back was like Roger Strong was like, yeah, Ishii, I need my win back from the last time we fought. And I was like, I don't remember you guys fighting. And then like it triggered the memory. Was like, oh shit, he did wrestle Ishii. Like I do remember that match. Like that did happen. I totally forgot. That was one of the matches that like totally left my brain. Just like completely
oh
left my
shit.
brain. Cause it was so long ago and like it was on a random show. It just like completely left my brain. It was like, oh shit, like that happened. Cause like it was these shows that they did. Like they only happened like 2 years in a row. It was like a Ring of Honor special in New Japan. It was a 2 night special. It was just like Ring of Honor people brought the whole Ring of Honor over and they wrestled in New Japan. It was like them in New Japan in like a fucking 2 night crossover. And that's where Ishii lost the title to Bobby Fish because Ishii was the television champion. So yeah,
Why do I
it was
remember all that shit?
yeah, because I told you, like I told you, it was a thing, and it was
Yeah,
really cool. Like that was back in the day when wrestling was awesome. That was when wrestling was
yeah.
really fucking awesome. Like now it's just like it's good, but it's good. So
So, sidebar question though, real quick though, right? Not to detract.
uh-huh.
Is chaos still a thing? Like, I'm not the New Japan guy, so like, I don't know. Is chaos still a thing? I don't think they are, right?
So this podcast is going up on the 10th. So later on the 11th, Okada will have one of his last matches against Tanahashi. So
Okay,
by the end of that match, we should know what's going on with Chaos because right now Okada is the current leader of Chaos. So once he leaves, we'll find out if Chaos is going to still be a thing or Chaos is just going to just dissolve because like nobody knows. Like they even haven't called themselves Chaos and they haven't been like a cohesive group in a while. But like they still like when Okada comes out or Goto or Yoshihashi or even Ishii, when they come out in New Japan, they usually have like the little graphic on the bar that says they're part of Chaos. So after tonight,
okay,
we'll find out if Chaos is still a thing. I don't think it's going to be a thing. And the same thing with Undisputed Empire. After tonight, which is Will Ospreay's last match, I don't know if they're going to be a thing. Akira Francisco is acting like an ass, so nobody knows what's going to go on. And since we're recording this early, I can't give you any answers until next week.
okay.
So then we have an interview from Edge, and I kind of feel like this is the internet's fault that Edge just popped up out of nowhere because if you are on the internet, people have been saying Edge is missing. Edge is missing. Where's Edge? We haven't seen Edge. And I know somebody's gonna be like, "Well, he just wrestled on Collision." Yeah, he wrestled on Collision like 2, 3 weeks ago. He didn't wrestle on Collision last week or the week before. It was like 2, 3 weeks ago. So yeah. So Edge just pops up, and then Tony Schiavone's talking about the rankings, and he said, "You're ranked number 3." And I was like, okay, because Hangman and Swerve are 1 and 2, and it's like, okay, so you're number 3. What title are you going for? I'm like, does that is that how this works? Like, because in my mind, that's not how this works. Like, you're
I
supposed
don't
to
think
have
that's how that
brackets.
works.
Yeah, it's like you're supposed to have brackets for each title, and it's like, no, no, no. We have this one bracket, and he's number 3. So since the first 2 are going for the world title, he could go for another title, and it's like, I don't think that's how that works, but okay. And then
Wouldn't you
Edge,
typically go after the world title after they're done?
that's what I was thinking too, because like before in AEW they had the rankings, but they had rankings for each title. They had rankings for each
Yeah.
one. They were like, okay, this is for the TNT title, this is for the world title, this is for this title, this is for this title. Now it's just like one rankings in the men's division, and Edge is number 3, and it's like, how? Like, I see how he's number 3, but also how. No, I kind of don't. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't see how he's number 3. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see how he's number 3. It's not like he won a bunch of matches. Yeah, he did the Cope Open, but he only beat 3 people. He beat 3 people, and it's like, no, he's number 3. He beat 3 people. I was like, the fuck? Like, that doesn't even make any goddamn sense. But well, whatever. And
At the very least, I would think he had to be 10, but yeah, 3?
yeah, and then he breaks down that I can't go for the international title because Roderick's going after the international title. Okay, I can't go for. I think he said another title, but like because somebody else was going for it, I'm like, okay. And then he was like, but I do want to go after the TNT title and I'm going to go after Christian. It's like, okay. And then Daniel Garcia comes out. Daniel Garcia is like, yo, listen, no disrespect to you. Like, you cool and all. But last week, I beat like the patriarchy. So I should get the title. Like I seen like Christian's title, and then he starts talking, and this is this is what made me just go, okay, I think Daniel Garcia is about to win a title because Daniel Garcia says, "Listen," he's like, "I need to get that title shot." He's like, even though I might get the title shot and I might lose because that's all I do when I get to a big match. I usually choke, but I deserve that title shot. And it's like just because you're down on yourself that way, that means you're gonna win. And then Edge was like,
Yeah,
"Listen," Edge was like, "Listen, dude." He was like, "No disrespect to you, you're good." He was like, "I understand, but I want that title too. So why don't we have a match?" And then Edge like did a little heel thing where he wouldn't let him go after the handshake, and he said, "I'm gonna beat your ass on Wednesday." And it's like, okay, we get heel Edge. Okay,
eh, like I don't feel like we needed that.
yeah, I didn't feel that way either, but it's like, whatever. I have no problem with it, but Edge said he wanted to wrestle Eddie Kingston. That was the other title. He's talking about Eddie Kingston, but Eddie is
Yeah,
wrestling Bryan. And he said he wanted to wrestle Eddie. So, in the way he said it, he also said it with like a weird evil edge thing. And it's like, okay, like I actually want to see him wrestle Eddie Kingston, see what they do. Like that's all
right.
right. But like Daniel Garcia is going to beat Edge. If Edge wins, I'm gonna be a little mad because they're basically gonna rehash this and go with Christian and Edge again. And also Edge brought up the Young Bucks, and it just made me go, okay, but I said that. And I know people to be like, wait, what do you mean? You never said that. No, I said that when the Bucks turned weeks ago. I said, hey, this is setting up for Bucks versus Edge and Christian later on down the line. People were like, no,
You did
no.
say that.
And then when Edge said that, it's like, yeah, like that's exactly what I said months ago. But all right, guys, you wasn't paying attention.
Nah,
So
you 100% said that.
so then we had Willow and Chris Statlander and Stokely. And Stokely said he's going to set up a match between Sky Blue and Julia Hart and Willow and Chris Statlander.
But he said Tony had his phone blocked, so he had to use one of their phones. I think he's using fucking Renee's phone.
That is so fucking funny. So then we had Mark Briscoe versus Brody King. And this was a fight. And then they just bloodied the shit out of Mark Briscoe. I, so explain, is this like Mark Briscoe versus like the House of Black, but he literally has nobody else because okay, this was the thing. He had FTR before, and now FTR has moved on to the BBC. So who does he have
Mm-hmm.
now? He has nobody. So this is kind of like this is
Uh,
kind of bad.
see, AEW is sometimes weird because like they move on from shit like real quick and like you kind of forget, right? But he supposedly had the Hardys for a minute, but then again, they're going heel. So even if he does have the Hardys, like they'll probably turn on him too.
Exactly. So it's like I don't know who he can get to be in his corner, and like he needs somebody. And then like you had the Jay Lethal storyline, but the Jay Lethal storyline is still not done with Jeff Jarrett. So there's no end game here that I'm like, well, what the fuck do you do? Like, what do you do? Like,
Also,
I,
if
mhm,
you get Jay Lethal, there's two
mhm.
of them, and then there's three of House of Black. So you still need one more person.
Four technically because Julia Hart, she's the one who stabbed the shit out of him.
Yeah, yeah, true, true. With a fucking spike. Like, wow.
Hmm. So like I just like I want him to find his family. I mean, not literally because like that's he
Yeah,
you know.
I got you.
But yeah, I really want him. I want him to get help so he can beat the shit out of House of Black because this is the second time they've just fucked him over. They threw him off the thing and now they beating the shit out of him, bloodying him up. He needs help. He needs help.
Okay, purely like, and this just popped in my head. It's probably like the worst ideal ever, right? like
Hmm.
purely 80s Carney, Jim Cornette type of shit. Like he would call this shit, right? What
Hmm.
if Mark goes to like find himself and whatever, right? And he finds his
Hmm.
family, like a bunch of different like wrestlers or whatever that are signed that I mean, that had not appeared on television yet, and those are his cousins. So you had the Briscoe family, like legit the Briscoe family. That's what we call it.
That would be so weird. And to be honest with you, I don't think any AEW fan would actually be okay with that. Like, I don't think none of them would be
Yeah,
like, you know what, that's cool because AEW fans like live on the internet, so it's like, yeah, we know everything, and this makes no sense to us, and like that would be the only problem. They would be like, yeah, this doesn't make sense to us. And it's like that's the only thing because like they would be too much in the weeds, and they would know. So like, but like they would have like it's somewhere they have to go. I don't know where it's at, and I'm just gonna just give it to Tony and see what he does, and then judge like
yeah.
the outcome. Like I'm not gonna judge like getting there. I just want to judge the outcome and see if it's like, did you stick the landing on this one or no? So then we had Brian Keefe, and he was talking about how he's a bounty hunter and he's coming to collect his money. I'm like, okay, no problem there. That was
By the way,
I
to
was
harp back on what you said about fucking Shane Taylor, they announced
mm-hmm.
he was signed. They made a
Yeah,
big deal
like
about him getting signed.
exactly. And like Shane Taylor didn't get anything. It's like, yeah, you can guess he signed.
Yeah, I just had to point that out as you're talking.
Yeah. So then we get Deonna Purrazzo versus Kira Hogan. And of course she was going to beat Kira Hogan because, Deonna Purrazzo's going for the title. It's like, I'm glad they did it because, like, they had two women's matches back to back. Because
Yep.
Deonna beat Kira Hogan, made her tap, and then here comes Toni Storm, and she had a match with Queen Aminata. And Toni beats Queen Aminata. And then Toni lays on the floor and talks about her new movie, Wet Ink. Okay. She's really just, uh, she's just doing stuff, saying stuff to say stuff. She said that Deonna Purrazzo is not worth a speckle on her asshole. It's like, she's just saying stuff. Like, you're just letting her get away with all of this. This is like, you can't let her. She can't keep doing this.
She ain't got no chill.
She has none at all. She just keeps going. It's like, what the fuck? Like, can you stop? But she's she's her. That's all I can say. Is
But
she's her.
flip
What?
side though, Queen,
Mm-hmm.
eventually the Queen needs to go for a fucking title. More than likely the TBS title. Like I was waiting for this match to mention that. Like she's really fucking good.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, you can't say that she should go for the TBS title when they have Mariah May still sitting right next to Toni Storm, and Mariah May hasn't done shit either. And it's like you're sitting on these two like brand new women's talent, and you haven't done nothing. The TBS, like, no disrespect to Julia, like Julia Hart, the title is stuck with her. Like, she has a TBS title. We just mentioned she's in the tag team shit. She's stuck with the title in a tag team feud for no reason when she should be
Hmm.
defending a title against all of these women who want her. And it's like, you
Yeah.
just have the title stuck in abeyance for no reason. And it's like, what is going on? It's just, it's weird. It's weird, but hopefully, like people have been saying, hopefully that once Mercedes gets there, things change. Now,
Like
so,
Mariah, I see her eventually going after the women's title. So
oh, of course, with after Tony Storm. So
yeah.
on the Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer Radio with him and Garrett, they were talking about Mercedes and they were talking about her and her impact. And they basically were kind of like at first they were like championing her, and then they just started like downplaying her because at the time she moved probably like 4,000 tickets on pre-sale, which they don't usually do. And then by today, which is the official on sale day, they have already moved 5,000 tickets, which is a larger crowd than AEW has been drawing recently. So Garrett. I don't know if Garrett was being satirical or like he just was being a bad faith person because he just goes like, not many people know that Mercedes is from Boston. It's not like that they ever did anything with her that she had like a main event or like was or they said where she was from in WWE or like did anything like on a big pay-per-view scale. And it's like everything you just named was literally Hell in a Cell. They turned Hell in a Cell in Boston until the main event of her and Charlotte. It's like you literally just like
I was just about to
erased
ask you
everything
that.
she
Was it
did.
against Charlotte?
Yes, and it was a big thing. Like it was the first ever
Yeah.
on WWE main roster pay-per-view main event. It was in Boston. They made it. They was like, yeah, in her hometown of Boston. She lost the title, but it was a big fucking deal because not only was it her first main event, it was the first women's Hell in a Cell. It main evented the show in her hometown, and she was the headliner. Like the way he was talking was like, yeah, like they never like pointed it out, and she never did any of that. And it's like I don't
That's
know if that was
bullshit.
bad. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if that was bad faith or he was just being fucking satirical, but it just like, dude, like everything you just said she didn't do, she did. So like your comments are just mute. Like that was really fucking weird. It was really weird,
Yeah.
and they were being. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
That's how bullshit it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
On this show for years, I'm the one that forgets everything. You have to remind me of everything. My memory's that fucking bad. That I remember though. Like, how is it? It wasn't that big a deal. It wasn't that bad and whatever. But I remember that shit. Big things like that, I remember because that was special. Because I remember watching it with you, and like it's her hometown, and like she's gonna lose, right? Because that's always a thing, especially at that time in WWE. She's gonna lose, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna lose. She won. It was a
No,
big
she didn't.
deal.
She didn't. She didn't win. She lost.
She didn't win.
She
I swear
didn't
she
because
won.
she. No, she lost. She had just won a title 2 weeks ago, and she lost it right
Oh,
there.
that's right. 2 weeks. Yeah, okay. Because
Yeah,
I
it
know,
was.
like recently, to put around that time when she won and shit. 'Cause I thought she would lost it 2 weeks later. Okay,
No, she lost it after she won it 2 weeks earlier, and that's why
okay.
everybody was. They hated it because it's like you put her in the main event in her hometown. She just won a title. You give her everything, and you just take it away from her. And that, like I said, that was very bad faith of Garrett and Dave to just like kind of downplay her impact. It's like it's
Yeah.
all right, like because they're even saying that they don't think that she's gonna move ratings and move tickets. It's like first off, you've seen her move tickets. The tickets have been moved. The ratings, I don't know about the ratings. Like I don't know if the ratings are gonna go up or they're gonna go down. Like or they're just gonna be the same. So and also like over time, yes, the first night is going to be huge, but over time, like they're gonna just go, oh, she's not a draw, she's not this, blah blah blah, whatever, and it's gonna be a thing. Like it's gonna be a thing because they started saying she's not as big as level of CM Punk or whatever. Is going to be a thing with a lot of people. So yeah,
She has a dedicated fans too. So
she
there's
has a
that.
huge dedicated fan base. Like a
Yep.
huge fan base. Like, and they have are like I've watched a lot of them like post that they have brought tickets to the show. Like a lot of them brought tickets, booked their flights. They're all going to big business. Like they're all going. Like it's going to be it's going to be a sellout, especially from her fan base. But the problem is Tony. Like if Tony does not book her to the level like this, she needs to be booked. It's over. Like it's over. Like first off, he's going to get so much hate from them, and they're not going to let up. And if Tony is the way Tony is, it's going to be a war on Twitter for no goddamn reason. No goddamn reason. It's like, yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So back to this, and we had Orange Cassidy versus Ishii, and it was going okay. I'm gonna say it was going okay because this is what I mean. The match was going okay until Ishii chopped the living shit out of Orange. Like that was so fucking hard. Like, and I know you're like, well, what do you mean? Like the match wasn't good? No, the match was good. I meant it was okay for Orange. The match was going okay for Orange until Ishii started chopping him. When he chopped the living shit out of him and just start fucking him up, that's when it was not good for Orange. This match was great. This match was fucking great.
Orange ain't used to that shit, so that was uncalled for.
Yep. So Orange got the win because, of course, he has to because he has a title. And
Mm-hmm.
then after the match, we get an attack from the Undisputed Kingdom, which they should have did months ago. We get a final attack. They attack them, and they beat up Orange Cassidy, but Ishii comes back to save Orange. Yay.
Should attack Ishii too.
No, they were scared of Ishii. Like, they ran off. Like, that was crazy. But yeah, like, that was Collision and Rampage. The two
What
shows.
was Wardlow, by the way? Because I swear it was only the three of them.
So Wardlow was there on Friday. Wardlow was not there on Saturday because also Cole wasn't there either. So neither one of them were there.
Yeah.
So kind of like Wardlow is Cole's driver, wheelchair driver,
Yeah.
not driver.
No, I
But
got you.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So that was a thing. So yeah, that was it. Now switching over to WWE and their stuff. And before we get into stuff, shout out to Sonya Deville, who got married to her wife. I was going to say her girlfriend, but then I just remember I just said married. So she's not her girlfriend anymore. She's her wife. So yeah, shout out to Sonya Deville for marrying her wife. Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
nailed it. I nailed it. I didn't call her girlfriend, her wife. Got it.
Could have done worse.
So
You could have said ex-girlfriend, which technically that would be true. Because now it's not the girlfriend anymore; it's the wife.
true. So this is we go into SmackDown. We go into SmackDown. So
Hmm.
before we get into SmackDown, I have to talk about it. I have to talk about the misinformation that's been going around. Like the misinformation that's been going around about this whole entire thing. Just oh my
Okay.
god. So everybody is trying to figure out how the fuck this whole Rock Roman thing is going, Rock Roman Cody thing, all of this. They're still trying to figure this out. And so here's what's been going on. Like, you know how we get all of this information, everything is out there. And Dave Meltzer have just been reporting his fucking ass off. Dave has been reporting his ass off. The problem with Dave reporting his ass off, everything Dave has said has been completely wrong. It's literally been wrong. Every time he said something, right behind him was Sean Ross Sapp going, That's not real. That didn't happen. Or you get Mike Johnson from PW Insider going, that didn't happen. None of this has happened. The stuff that you're talking about since January 3rd, this whole thing was set. Nothing, none of that is true. Like Rock just showed up and said, I want in. None of this was set up. And Dave is going, no, no, no. All of this was set up. Like this is all story. And everybody's like, that's not true. Like everything we know, everything we've been finding out at minute to minute is not true. Rock literally just walked in there and just said, I want to be inserted. I want to do the match now. And they had to change plans. And Dave's like, no, that's not what happened. It's like, yes, that's exactly what happened. Like you are just like reporting falsehoods. And this has been an eye-opening experience for a lot of wrestling fans that listen to the dirt sheets and listen to Dave Meltzer going, oh shit, Dave is wrong. And Dave has been wrong. Some of this stuff Dave is saying is wrong. And it's like, yes, Dave is completely wrong because this story is so weirdly unfolded. Nobody knows. Like the people who are finding out stuff like Sean is literally just going, this is what I know. This is what I find out. And everything else has been reported is not true. This is this, this, and this. Mike Johnson is literally going, this is what happened. This is happening. And these are two trusted sources that I trust over Dave. As far as Dave goes, he's good with past shit. Like he knows all of his past shit. That's fine. He knows everything about the past. Great. He may misremember some stuff, but he knows everything about the past. But as far as what's going on right now, the dirt sheets and shit, like that's not his game anymore. It's over. So yeah, that's what I wanted to start talking about because we're gonna get right into some really weird craziness that starts off fucking SmackDown because it starts
Mm-hmm.
off with Triple H, Paul Levesque. He comes out and he just gets in the ring and he cuts the promo and he says, "Listen, Roman is gonna face Cody, and nobody else is gonna change this. I'm not changing this." He said, "People need to know their role." And like he started like throwing out all of these rock sayings, and it's like, okay. The more and more he keeps throwing out rock shit, and he just kept saying it, and he's like, "This is the main event. It's not changing. When it comes to everything in WWE, I'm the authority. I'm the power." And it's like, everything you just said is wrong. You are not the power. That other bald guy has more power than you, and he's going to throw his dick around, and this is now part of the story. Because like soon as he started this, I was like, oh shit, this is the story. And now people are like, oh, they're straight up going with Cody and Rock, no, Cody and Roman at WrestleMania. And I'm like, are you not looking at the way Triple H keeps talking shit about The Rock? Like he literally put Rock on notice and told him, "This is my show. I run this shit. Fuck you." And it's like he's not doing that like just as being a dick. Like he's doing that in storyline. This is all story. Like now it's
Yeah.
story. And the people are like, well, this was how it was supposed to be from no, it's not. After they got the backlash from last week when they did Rock versus Roman, and everybody was like, we want Cody, and they switched it. Like they had to go with a storyline, and this is part of the storyline. And like The Rock said, you need to let it play out. Like Hunter said, you need to let it play out. This like if this is going kind of where I think this is going, if you let this play out, this may be even better than a lot of people have like suspected. So like it's already got everybody talking. Everybody's like involved now. But like I said, now that they turned it into a story, you should just let it play out. And I know like before, like be like, I don't know if it play out. But like right now it's like, oh no, I think they should let it play out.
Do you think they'll let it play out though? And by they, I mean the fans, because the
No,
fans
no,
basically would change this whole thing.
no, because I like so I do not see Cody winning at WrestleMania. And if he doesn't win
Same.
at WrestleMania, people are going to be so pissed. But because I don't see him winning at WrestleMania in the fan backlash right now, I see them switching up and instead of going with their plan and not having him win at Mania, they're going to let him win at Mania. They're going to let him win at Mania, and it's going to be so asinine. But here's the thing: if you go in that direction, people are like, well, you can still have the tribal chief and Roman Reigns. None of that makes sense. Like, none of that makes sense if you go that direction and it doesn't make sense. Because if you go down this direction where The Rock screws Cody because, like, he hates Cody, and, like, especially if they do the tag match on night one and then on night two, like, Rock screws Cody because of the match before, and you're like, oh shit, he screwed him. Oh, this is just like last year, blah blah blah. But at least the Rock versus Roman in fucking SummerSlam, and you're like, oh shit, like that's the thing. But Cody does get his title win later on this year. Like Cody's not leaving 2024 without winning the WWE title, not the world title, the WWE title. He's winning that title.
Yeah, 100% he's gonna have it. It shouldn't be at WrestleMania though.
Yeah, but like if the fans is like be too dickish, they will let this thing go. I'm like, no, we're gonna give him the title at WrestleMania because the fans backlash, and it's like they just need to just be calm just a little bit, and like that's what I'm gonna point out something later on that people need to be calm about because it's something that happens later on in this show that I'm just like, you have to let this play out because you people wanted something so bad last time. What's going to play out this time is better than what happened last time. And you people are just not listening. And like I said, I'm going to explain it. So then we had Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, and they basically announced the Elimination Chamber for the number one contender of the World Heavyweight Championship. And in there is Randy, Bronson Reed, Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, AJ Styles, Miz, Bob Lash, Ivar, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Dominic, and LA Knight. So
Yeah, that's all of them.
yeah, no, that's all of them. And then like they broken down into like matches. And the first match they have is Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles. And Drew comes out and he basically says, you're doing the right thing by giving me this title match, and I'm going to be the person that's going to be the world champion. And this is what it should have been from the beginning. And then he shakes Triple H's hand, basically telling Triple H that he's the guy. And then like AJ Styles comes out and they have the match, and Drew beats AJ, so Drew qualifies for the Chamber, which is like it was a foregone conclusion because like I already said earlier, it's like it's going to be Drew versus Seth at WrestleMania, and Drew's going to win the championship. So yeah,
Yep.
so that's the thing. So then we get Randy and Sammy coming in the building. Also in the AJ Styles match, LA Knight was bothering him, which I really fucking hate because LA Knight is supposed to go against Logan Paul for the US title at WrestleMania. So what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, it's weird.
Fix your phone because you are like way away from the microphone.
Better.
So then we just had more stuff because I can't hear you at all. So Sami Zayn cuts his promo, and Sammy is talking about how much he wants the title, and he's going to do what he has to do later on to win the title. And I'm like, okay, sure, Sammy, you're going to win the title. Then we had this pretty deadly promo where they're out by the beach and they're getting dressed, and Elton's hand is still messed up from Pete Dunne. And this is how you know that WWE isn't a real place because Pretty Deadly looked up and they saw the queen in the sky. She's not up there, guys. She's not up there. So then we had the setup for DIY versus Mustache Mountain, and that's coming up later. And the winner of that gets the tag team title shot at Elimination Chamber. So that's going to be a thing. Bianca Belair has her qualifying match against Mi Chen, and she beats her, and Bianca is in the fucking match. So yeah, which we kind of got a spoiler for who's in it because WWE kind of leaked it with a blurry image, and is going to be Becky, Liv, Naomi, Jade, Bianca, and Tiffany Stratton. So that is going to be a crazy good lineup. Like all of those women are fucking awesome, and put them in the chamber. The winner goes up against Rhea. It's going to be crazy.
It's a foregone conclusion who's gonna win that shit anyway, though.
So then we had Triple H talking to Braun Breaker, and Triple H and Braun Breaker talking, and Braun saying, "Dude, I have no idea what I want to do. I like, I want to sign somewhere. I'm not sure where I'm going to sign. I I'm lost." And Triple H says, "Listen," he's like, "Listen, I got this." And then Paul Heyman comes in and he looks at Braun and he shakes his hand and he said, "Look at you, you're great. He's like, you're a great second generation." He's like, "Look at you, you're so awesome." And then he tells Paul, he says, listen, I understand what you're saying about this main event, but next week you're gonna have to talk." He's like, "Yeah, I'm talking to you right now." He's like, "No, you're gonna have to talk to the tribal chief." And he's like, "Okay." And then he goes, "And The Rock." And like Hunter's face changes, like it just like completely dropped. Like, the fuck, you son of a bitch. He's like, "I can't stand The Rock." So I like somehow, some way, The Rock is gonna fucking change up the main event, and they like things are like it's gonna be really spicy going up to WrestleMania. It's gonna be really fucking spicy. So something else is really spicy that we already see gonna happen. So Bailey's out there cutting a promo talking about her win in the Royal Rumble and how she did all of this stuff and how she felt betrayed about Damage Control, like she built it up and she did it for them. And then Dakota comes out and like, "Why aren't you answering my phone calls? Why, Bailey? We're on the same side. Why would you do this?" And then Damage Control comes out and Dakota gets in a ring with a chair, act like she's going to hit Bailey, but she hits Damage Control. And it's like, oh my god, she's friends with Bailey, and Bailey isn't stupid. Bailey's not stupid. That's the fun part. Bailey's not stupid because she looks at Dakota. She's like, "Oh, you. All right." So she doesn't trust her. So that's the thing. So are you
She can
back?
get her at Mania. Can you hear me?
So you, okay. So then we had DIY versus Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, and Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate and DIY have a fucking banger. They had a fucking banger tag match. And this shit was so fucking awesome. It was so fucking awesome. And British Strong Style gets the win. So British Strong Style are going to Australia to face Judgment Day. I technically want British Strong Style to win the tag titles. I want them to win the tag titles because I don't want the other option. The other option, not for me. This option, totally for me. This is my shit. Like an actual tag team winning the championships from Judgment Day, perfect. Not a makeshift tag team because somebody makes you laugh. That's not that's not the way to go. That's not best for business. It's worse for business. And worse business is not good for good business. Yeah, whatever. So we get Dominic, and he's facing Kevin Owens next week, and R-Truth comes up and jokes with him about Dom and Nick, and Kevin Owens is like, dude, you're not even on this show. And Logan Paul is pissed because he wants to have a U.S. title match. And instead of giving him a U.S. title match, they put him in the Elimination Chamber. And next week, he has to face The Miz. And if he beats The Miz, he's in the chamber, which, of course, he's going to beat The Miz and be in the chamber, which I'm excited about because I want to see what the fuck Logan Paul is going to do in an Elimination Chamber. Like, he's going to fucking try to kill himself. That shit's going to be great. Like, I can't wait. So then we get to the main event. It's Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton. And part of me was like, Sammy's going to win. Sammy's going to win. No, Randy hits him with the RKO, and boom, it's over. It's like, oh shit. So Randy beats Sammy, and Sammy's out of this. And then after the match, you see Sammy just slowly walking away, looking on the ground. Sammy's hurt because Sammy can't get his world title. And it's just like, dude, this is fucking perfect. This is exactly what I want because this is what I said. Drew's gonna win a title and Sammy's gonna beat him for the title. Like it's all falling in the line. And even people online are fucking looking and they're going, oh shit. Like Sammy has lost so many times over and over and over again. They only do that when they're gonna put the title on you. Uh-oh. Sammy's about to get the title. It's like, yes, this is what I've been saying. Sammy's getting the world title before the end of this year, probably before the end of June, Sammy's going to be world champion. How long is he going to be world champion? I don't know. But Sammy's going to be world champion. So, yeah, that's the thing. So, that was SmackDown. And there's not, as weird as this sounds, there's not really much news to cover because, like, we've kind of covered everything. Like, there's not much shocking things that happened so far. I'm saying so far because, still 2024. So, yeah, so that's it. That's the end of the podcast.